restless day and night. I wasn't sleeping, I wasn't eating, I was losing weight, everything. And then this Marianne, she'd come and see me every evening to see how I was doing. And I'd come for chemo. And then one time I asked the nurse, so I said, I'm getting more sick every time I take chemo. I said, well, the doctor's doubling your doses every time you come for some reason, he said, because they had found it on fourth stage, but me that time. No, I don't think I'd be sitting here talking to you if it hadn't been for him doubling my doses and putting me through that. And then he said one time, I'm so sorry, he said, I been treating you aggressively, he said. But I think that's what saved me from cancer that time, because it was way past what it was supposed to have been. They couldn't find it right away. So there's so many things like that. Restless legs, that was the first thing that I didn't know you could, ask for stuff for pills or anything like that. There's nobody to talk to. And finally, Marianne was the one that came again and told the doctor, phoned Dr. Maximiak, do some things. She's not eating, she's not sleeping. So Dr. Maximiak sent pills, and they came on a taxi, one of the northern taxi that take people back and forth for clinics, and they came on there, and Marianne, of course, was right there, and she brought them to me, and I said, he said, try them. I don't think I can, I said. I think, I don't think I can do it anymore, I said. No, he said, try it. So I did. And I must have fell asleep finally. And I woke up, I looked out and the window was kind of open, the curtain, the sun was shining, and I had slept. I started crying. The relief was so intense. My restless legs were gone. Yeah. Yeah, it was just, that's one of the things I would like to, as nurses and everything, that, you could tell the patient what if they're going through that, there's help, eh? And then I suffered so much for that, not knowing there was help for that.
Mm-hmm. We always start with a prayer, and because of this morning, I think this is everything happens for a reason, so I must stay, Mal. Already yesterday, the intent was already given. The intent already exists. So, Mom will say a quick prayer for the work that you're doing.
Okay. Hamma mono tawin an pisawin an pikanawin an anostagis an no humna da kusumna da kupuagano. Ugmidio taisino kapiwita punguya kanawi muistaw piguinuistaw saka patagista okutahaski. Imin an yogi ko liwaya unba moches pertigimo. Hi.
So, a part of the work that we're doing, I want to sing a quick a song, an opening song, a prayerful song for the work that we're doing, also to create in the future your roles that you're doing to expand in all areas, your own self, your own consciousness, your gifts, what you were called on this earth to do. So, Nigani. Nigani, nigani, sema nigani, sema nigani paht-teems-siw easy pista paht-teems-siw easy pista nigani sema nigani. So a part of when Mom was talking, when that pain, there's this well, we belong to a very tight-knit community. Our community and family. You cannot come through this without family. So what ended up happening is that Dad reached out for to his auntie, but to little Richard, who is his cousin, who is gifted. And he came to Dr. Mum, and that was a really to watch. We had another gentleman come, and I seen and witnessed that traditional that happened, and he shrunk her cancer, and he knew right away where it was, what it was, and that was really something to watch, to witness. And I really absolutely believe I still feed that man in the spirit world, because how else can you say but thank you for that? He also gave our family so much. He opened those doorways to the knowledge. So the mum, you know, will now talk about like those two ways, and how my dad went to his auntie and got so while Mum is getting chemo, she's not sleeping. Literally 2 months of insomnia. Her hair is falling out, and my sister is like giving her a massage and pulling out her hair, and then Mum fell asleep. Maybe that was the first time for about 15 minutes. There was so much in northern Saskatchewan, and this one nurse is the one who married into the community, and it was because of her compassion and kindness that really was the support. Otherwise, we would not have had anyone. But so we had really high level healing lodges that were held for my mother during that time. So, Mom, you'll talk about that, how how he used.
Oh yeah, I first of all, I went to residential school, and we weren't allowed to talk our Cree, my language, I was brought up, and another thing was, I completely lost touch of my indigenous ways of living. That's the like I was that part I lost, and then when I got sick, I never thought of that till my husband said, "I'm going to go and see my auntie, see how they can help you." So that's how it started. I started going back to medicine that would help me. They take me to sweats, and I didn't know nothing about sweats till that man that read his wife would tell me everything, what to do, what to expect, because that part of my upbringing was gone, was dead. You may as well say till I got sick again, and my husband reopened that door for me, and it was some experience when I first started going to sweats.
You got to move on a little bit. We're just about out of time.
Okay, and
But
and then another thing too, it was 33 years after my cancer came back. I had I didn't want to go to chemo. For the first experience, I said, no, I told the kids, I'm not taking chemo. And then they just kept begging me. Finally, okay, I'll do it one time. I said, if it's something like what I went through. And I said, okay. I came to Saskatoon and and the nurses there talked to me and they said, oh yeah, he said, it's completely nothing like what I went through. And I won't believe it till they treat me. So they call it cocktail before you know, before you treat it. And I was just shocked. Nothing. I didn't feel that after you chemo got into you, you'd feel so sick. You feel throwing up. I didn't. Nothing. I just nothing at all. I'm very sure I was weak, but that's nothing comparing to what I had went through before. So in that time, 33 years, it was just day and night to get the. I'm not saying that chemo is perfect now, but it's so different. They told me I'd lose my hearing and I'd gain weight, but I didn't care. When you're sick, you don't care what they do, as long as they help you to get better. And it was I was amazed at that time to get the chemo and that.
You can talk to number 3 now, Mom.
Oh yeah, medicinal medicine. That's when I went to sweats and everything, and
She used both ways.
yeah, I used both ways. And some women come up and ask me today, what did you do? What did you take? I tell them I take both ways. I go on traditional and I go on Western medicine. So when for me it was that I never gave up, never once thought every time they told me that I had cancer, that I was going to die or anything like that. And I had talked to 2 women that gave up as soon as they heard they had cancer. They just gave up. They they didn't do nothing. They refused chemo. And I went and talked to them, and they both said that exactly the same thing. I wish you had come and talked to us. Somebody talked to us the first time we were told we had cancer, that there's hope, it's not the end. There's hope after. And but then they both passed away because it was a bit too late by the time I talked to them. I always feel bad for that. Their families could have had them yet. And another thing too, when I came back 2017 to Saskatoon for my, I had a doctor that wasn't very nice. He was really rude, and when you're sick like that, you don't want, you don't. Your feelings are easily hurt, I guess, or I don't know. You're vulnerable a lot of ways, and she was just kind
Racist.
of
Say racist, Mom.
yeah, being racist. Not just. I just felt so awful talking to her the way she treated me, and after that, I came back second time. There was different doctor, Dr. Abbas. He's still my doctor today. He was such a kind man. I felt good. I felt safe, when he talked to me. When he was after chemo, and it was just it. You need that when you're sick. You don't need somebody, being aggressive talking like that. You need somebody that understanding and kind, I guess I would say. I know that I have a son that's a nurse, and I used to see him how, when he was working in the hospital, how tired he was. Come home and how many shifts, and he was just laid out. So I have an idea what the nurses, some of your nurses, what you go through in your work area. I guess that's really it's hard when you're tired, when you're overworked, I'll say, to be always cheerful, and when you're looking after a patient, that that that's hard on a person. I can understand that. That opened my eyes when I seen my son going through that. So that's another important thing that I I went through to see my. I guess the nurses are a blessing. They work so hard. We can't always see them happy and just cheerful. They're just and they see patients die every day and stuff like that. They go through a lot. I think about it, when I'm alone and think about things like that. Lots of things come to my mind. What people go through, what the patients go through, and what the nurses and the doctors go through.
What is paht-teems-siw? What are talking?
Yeah, that's do not give up on yourself. Just like those two women I telling about, they didn't. I don't know. They didn't have that frame of mind where they can say, look after yourself. Kay pag-team, so it means that's what it means in Cree. Look after yourself, and but that's another thing. I never thought, oh, I'm gonna die. I'll give up. I never thought of. I thought of I have 8 kids, 4 girls and 4 boys. I thought of them right away when I was sick. I said, I can't leave them behind. Like there's nobody to look after them on Friday. That's the feeling I had. So, and my husband, he passed away. It'll be 20 years this October the 7th, he passed away. So I've been on just my kids' support all these years, and I'm getting spoiled, I think. And all my siblings are gone too. My youngest brother passed away 2 years. He was the last sibling I had, but he just passed. So it's sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'm just happy. I have my health. I have my kids. God bless me with 8 kids, and they're all they're all here with me. So that's a blessing to have a big family. My sister used to get after me. You have too many kids. Don't have any more. Little does she realize now they're all looking after me. They take turns. When I'm sick, somebody's always there to look after me. Like right now, my son used to live in Germany, my oldest boy. He came home. He said, somebody needs to look after mom and dad. He told the rest of the kids. And that's who's looking after me right now, living with me. He works in a mine, but I always have my grandson come and stay with me those 2 weeks. So you know, I'm very lucky. A lot of parents don't have that support what I have from my kids and my grandchildren too. And I just love picking berries. I can't do that anymore.
There's a picture here.
Oh yeah, just a picture of that real big juicy blueberries. But yeah, what can I say about that? I used to love canned berries for my kids and everything, but now I can't do that. I can't even walk in the bush without falling. Yeah, that's about it. I guess.
I'll say add to a little bit to mom. I think the is that mom is a role model for when we used to go into stores, and I'd go with mom, and that's only my experience. I can't imagine any of my other siblings their experiences, but they'd be like whispering and looking at mom, and so then I'd watch, and then I'd kind of give distance, and so I'd be like looking, and then I'd watch. Yeah, then that person is going closer and closer. Finally, like they ask mom, "Are you the lady, that woman that had cancer?" And you, because everybody, remember, we're in that time and era where traditional ways was being scorned, being like, I remember my grandparents telling mom and dad, don't speak to her in Cree. See, but I understood Cree, like, so I knew what was going on, and that's how mom and dad used to talk about, in private, personal stuff or decisions, and if it affected me right away, I was right in there. But um, so mom's journey for many people was confronting their what they were raised with, was name it, the whole, right from devil's work right to like, we're not supposed to do that. And so she broke a lot of that, and so people would come and have those discussions and say, they wanted to hear her journey, and that it was both ways. And so that was really amazing to watch at the grocery store. And is there anything else you want to add, Mom?
When you said about tradition, when I was going for traditional healing, I used to see a lot of other people coming for healing too, and we'd all go in this sweat slots, and I'd see a lot of people. Then one time, the wife of the medicine man, her name was Shirley. She said we went there for. I went there for to see Jacob, and Shirley started laughing. Guess what? He said. A woman that came here the other day for healing, he said, and she wanted to know when I passed, like, when did that woman pass away? He said, I was going to die because I was such skin and bones.
Yeah, Mom was at the fourth stage.
Yeah.
The fourth stage when she finally got into the cancer clinic. Yeah. And Beauval is 6 hours on a good day, 6 hours. And what we were talking, I don't think we had a phone then. Of course, no internet and pay phone. So you have to have money. You have to have money to get sick, for things to be well. And even though we are treaty, one thing that I think in this day and age is that there's more treatments than just, and this is what I've discovered in the work that I'm doing in cancer prevention, is that there is more ways than just chemo, radiation, that there's all of these studies. Why aren't First Nations people a part of those? It just blows my mind. We do not have the same. So racism and inequality exists all across the board, and often I was advocating for my mom. If my friend didn't have cancer at the same time, I would not have known that wigs were free, and I had to, it's a lot of money. So I bought my mom a wig. Here she could have got it for free. Here she could have got MAC makeup. But when I asked those ladies, why didn't you say offer it to us? Well, you know, well, this is for, she didn't say white people, but she really came close to it. And that's only in 2017. And so for me, my last message is that we northern community, people from the northern community, they come from a really strong kinship. Our family, our community, the way they supported and rallied, family is of essence. And when we went in 2017, there was a picture that I wanted to show right right away. Right away, I went and I had medicine right away with me. I ran down to the cafeteria, got a travel mug, filled it up with tea, water, and I came up, and already Mom was in there. We were waiting for hours to get in, and I go to the lady, my two sisters and my brother go in, and she goes, I said, "Oh, where are they?" And she says, "Oh, they're gone in." I said, "Can I go in?" She goes, "Well, you guys are already act like a tribe, so you might as well get in there." And I was like, I'm having medicine in my hands, and this for us is a living being. It's, oh my God, it took everything to hold myself back to tear a strip off of her. And I thought, no, I'm going to pick my battles. Right now, the battle is cancer. And this is, so Mom got drinking the medicine right away, and in prayer. So I think that in those rooms in the treatment center is where spirituality, it's that's where that needs to be. You can even pray with your chemo, with your medicine, which is what I did during COVID. I just, yeah, this thing's going to come into me. I'm going to pray to it. Everything has a spirit. So um, I'm very much an advocate for that. So I think what we'll do is we have 20 minutes. We'll do a closing prayer, Mum. Stay, Mum. We'll do a closing prayer for the work that will be generated from this engagement, from this invitation. Also, to what we are seeking with us coming here is for Mom to take herself back and regain her power in the cancer space. That's what this is all about. So
and I still have cancer in my lymph node. It's still there since 2018. 2016, I had gallbladder operation. That's when they found that, I don't know if you call it galloping cancer, or it's fast-acting cancer. Anyways, they told my other daughter who was with me at the when they're going to operate, he said, we're going to open her up. If it's spread because it's fast acting, we'll just close her up. So my daughter sat there while I was in the operating room. He said, every time I heard somebody coming, he said, I panicked. He said, I thought it was the doctor coming to tell me that it was it. He said, finally, after 2 hours, he said, I started having hope that they were going to be able to do something, and they did. And
it was an 8-hour, 7-hour.
Yeah, 9.5-hour operation. Anyways, and again on 2018, I had lymphoma again, and then on 2024, I had breast cancer. So But that lymphoma is still there. I don't even go for CAT scans anymore because it's not doing anything. It's not
It's in remission.
yeah, nothing.
Well, not growing and not shrinking.
Not shrinking. It's just staying there. So I just hope it stays there for another 20 years.
Yeah.
I hope.
Kagay sa mga nagawi.
Yeah. Okay.
Place to everything to go
Yeah.
well with the work at hand here.
Okay. Yeah. Aumento PMP sawin nananos kagis kapis wit tuga sino kapi wit tapnsi sawin wista o pikanawin kagi wait machigi wait machakso nusta to dungochi aumento sawin and kanawin nanga yo tagapia hi.
Does anybody have any questions or comments or maybe I'll just speak a little bit to take is that at all of these instances when Mom got sick, we I would say there was witness, as I said, to several miracles that really instilled in me the incredible in all of these oncology spaces that spirit, traditional ways is overrides Western ways. So that was really, really apparent for me. And the other thing that I found during Mom's is even though we are a great distance, there's a coordination, not only from when she gets into the oncology, her pathway, cancer pathway, of all the multiple coordinations, even to the family. And we had a little a calendar in one of the pictures there that shows like how we our lives kind of evolved around Mom's treatment. And so it's family. So anybody got any questions, comments?
So thanks very much, Barb, for sharing this. I'm wondering if you can hear me okay?
Mama Hoda.
Yes, we can.
What did he say?
You just asked if we could hear him, but I think we can. Yeah.
So thank you so much for sharing your experience and your story and going through the journey. As one of the healthcare professional in Cancer Center, I'm wondering if you have some advice for us. We will be very appreciative of that.
Advice on what?
And advice for other for them how to do their job or for cancer people, patients.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Well, like I said, the way like I said, the nurses and the doctors, I know it's asking maybe lots, but for them to treat patients, with kindness and gentleness.
Not to be racist is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what it is, I guess. But not everybody is racist. But you'd be surprised how much there is yet going out there. They say it doesn't exist anymore, but it does. It does exist. It's sad to say, but it does. And that is one thing. Is you just to be kind, just to show kindness. You know what I mean? It's just that's all a sick person needs is kindness, not no.
What about supports, like talking to people, those kind of support?
Oh yeah, support. That's one thing I found out when I first had in '93. They'd come to me after treatment. They'd say, "You want to talk to somebody?" All I wanted to do was lay down and be sick and, trying to get better. You didn't want to talk to nobody. But after I was completely done with chemo, that's when I needed support. That's when I needed somebody to come and talk to me. It was, I used to want, somebody to come and talk to me, but there was nobody at all. No, none of, because you're, after going through that much, chemo and being sick, you need that. You need somebody to come and tell you that things are going to be okay, and stuff like that.
Like a mental health.
In mental health, you're mentally not well, you're going through all that. And you need mental health. That's and I got 2 daughters doing that kind of work now, so I hope people that had cancer can get that kind of help, because we need it. That's where you need it after you're done. You need that kind of support.
Yeah. Should cancer centers have a smudging in a healing place where, and
Oh yeah, definitely they should. Maybe, and you need that spiritual thing to help you back to your mental health, that where you're completely weak on everything else, eh? I really don't know how to put my words, because I'm really not educated in talking like Barb here.
so cancer centers should have like the waiting room should have a smudging place, or like, sure, there's chapels, but and should doctors allow the patient to have a prayer with their medication? Should oncologists, like Dr. Abbas, I know you'd feel comfortable to pray, right? Would you?
Oh yeah, I would. He's a very good man. I can, I feel good when I talk to him, and I've been with him for how many years I've been going through treatments with him and everything, till last year when they told me I don't have to take any more CT scans. So I'm done till they find something wrong with me again.
And she had shingles last year. And then during the evacuation, the fire is 5 miles away. She decides to bring her dog back home and twists her back so bad. And then everybody's shocked when we phone, somebody go check on her. She's going, I can't move. And they're going, what? She came home. Oh my gosh. I was so upset, but but she's yeah.
Well, I'm my own boss.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for sharing. I really
Thank you
appreciate
very
it.
much.
Thanks a lot.
Anybody else? So yes.
I just want to say thank you for sharing your story. It's a very unique story, I'm sure. But also something that many First Nation and other Indigenous patients have experienced, right? Residential school, mistrust of the systems, and then rediscovering your culture has been such a gift, and your strength through that and through your family is so important for us to hear the importance of that, and how we can support that. I'm curious what your thoughts are. You talked about the 2 ladies that had cancer that unfortunately didn't feel comfortable coming to the cancer center and coming for treatment. How can we do a better job of sharing the message that you shared with them, that there is hope, that there can be life after cancer? How can we share that message in the community effectively so people don't think it's the end? Because there are so many treatments, like you talked about now. How can we connect with the community? What's the best way, other than through you? We're so grateful that you're sharing the word.
Probably through when they first find out, they need like I said, you need maybe through the nurses to explain to them what they can get, or even the doctors should be able to be the ones to give them that information that, you know, there's hope. Just because you have cancer, it's not the end, you know.
Like being a role model like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need role models.
Is
Yeah,
that
but
the, is that the nurses and the doctors in the home communities that you're thinking of that can share that message of hope? Is it the nurses and the doctors in the home communities
Like
that
in
that
Beauval or
in
at,
Beauval
or
or
at the doctors in the
Oh, yeah.
cancer wards.
Well, the nurses in the clinic, maybe can explain to the patients that there's, because nobody ever talked to me anything about like that. To have that it's not the end when you have cancer. Nobody ever came forward to tell me that. It's just that I just try to be strong for my family. But the second time I was kind of backing up. And backing up, I just didn't want to go through that again.
Yeah.
But then I was shocked to see in that 33 years how much the medicine moved forward. Yeah.
Maybe I'll just as a way of closing, that I think the main thing for the family, we need to hear the message, whatever you're doing, it's good. You're doing a good job. You may think you don't know what you're doing. Mom came to me when she had her gallbladder, that whole operation. So she came home with me to heal. So I had to go out to Old Wives Lake to go do a community session, and I remember taking my tobacco and I'm crying in front of the only little tree shrub anywhere in this landscape. And I'm Old Wives Lake and I'm crying there. And I'm like, you know, I really want to be able to help my mom. I don't know what to do. And I'm like crying, like, and I can see the vehicles coming. Oh, all the families are coming now for this demonstration site. And all of a sudden this little tree goes, and here it was a grouse, and all of it's like, you know, it's just a little twig, and this bird had made itself like it had its plumage. And that to me is exactly what has to happen. And you got to take the fear, you must dispel, take away its power and its hold over you. And I think that's what paht-teems-siw means, really at its finest, is that don't let anything take your power away. Thank you.
There's some questions.
Oh, okay.
So Nora said you've traveled so far. When you were in Saskatchewan for treatments, where did you stay? Did you stay in the patient lodge?
And
No, we
No.
were never allowed there. Oh, go ahead, Mom. You
we in first time in '93, we stayed at that old hotel, King George. It was awful, but wasn't what I slept in last night.
Now, Mom.
That's another thing too, that Indian affairs are so scared to put us in. Not all of us that come from north are ignorant, and you know, want to sleep in those hotel rooms they give us, where you hear somebody seen a cockroach or something like that, and bed bugs. I mean, I get the crawlies when I have to sleep in one of those places. I mean, it's that's not human. I mean, we're people too, you know.
Which we
Yeah,
stayed with family.
yeah.
We encroached upon many family
Yeah,
because we didn't have the means.
yeah. That's,
So the
I
cancer
guess
lodge.
some of us make it worse for all of us, I
Yes,
guess.
yeah. Yeah. So we didn't have the cancer lodge was never ever offered to us.
Yeah. No.
Neither was any of those other supports. That's
No.
that's the thing. Thank you.
Another question was, what would be a good way to ask if someone we're caring for would like to pray?
What's that? What would some noti kake sumuchik? How would they go about that?
Pagkakisumutsik.
To pray?
They should have a room where a person can smudge. I know not every place is allowed to smudge, but they should have a room where they can after a treatment or before treatment, if so wish to have to pray like that.
Okay. I think also too what they're wanting, if they wanted to pray, before they took their chemo, could a person like take their chemo and with the doctor and pray with it? Is that even in the office? Like when you were given your diagnosis there, that's a place you could have been praying. So that's what they want to know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Right in that doctor's office.
Yeah.
Is that what you think should be done, Mom?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. It should. I mean, it's not hard, is it, for for somebody to pray? I'm sure it's a doctor would be all right with that. I hope, anyways.
Well, aksan man nagawi.
Yeah.
Hipon asay na
Okay.
niyan tapayan asay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Barb,
Thank you.
present?